Hi, welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we're going to be working on a 2013. It's a Ford Escape, and the problem we have today is that the battery was dead. The battery needs to be replaced. Okay, this is where your battery is located, right inside here. So what you do is you just have to pull this piece off here, and that exposes the battery right inside there. Now you're probably looking at it saying, how the heck am I going to get that out of there, because it's in such a tight spot. Well, I'm going to show you exactly what to do to get that out of there. What we basically have to do is we have to take out the air filter assembly here and pull this out of the way so we can slide this battery out. Just pull this out of the way. And take the filter also. Just relocate that for now. We're going to have to take out this box, but we're going to disconnect the. I'll bring it down here and I'll show you. What we're going to do is we have to go down inside here and disconnect that clamp. That's right down inside there. It's a regular screwdriver. Where you can get in there with a 5/16 or an 8mm wrench to get a socket to get it out. So let's take that out and we're going to continue. Clamp. What we're going to do is we're going to unplug the sensor right here. To get that sensor off, you just push down on this little tab right here and you rock it and it comes right out. Just remove that to the side. Remove the air filter box, pry that off of here, and just lift this up, and you can pull up these hoses here, just lift this up out of the way, and this little pin here was down inside the rubber piece down in there. That's why I had to pry that up. All right, we're just going to relocate this for now to the side, and then we'll start to take out the battery. The positive lead. Just get that to move up. Disconnect the battery cable and just relocate that to the side for now. What we're going to do, we're just going to lift up on this now, and now this should slide up and out, exposing the battery inside there. It's a very foolish design, but it is what it is. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the hold down underneath. I'll show you. We got to take out those 10mm screws right there so we could take this hold down off so we could pull the battery out. All right, I'll continue with it. Lift off that cover that we just took the bolts out, or the battery holder, I should say. Now, the battery should pull forward, so we can disconnect the negative to get it out. What a lousy design this is. never like to disconnect the positive cable first. I always like to disconnect the negative, but in this case you don't have much of a choice because the negative is buried in the back. And now we'll get that cable off. Just work it back and forth till it pops up. Doesn't leave you much room to pry it out because the wiring is connected to it. Just be careful you don't break any of that wires. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Alright, we can take the battery out. Let me show you what I mean about those wires. See? This is what you have to be careful about. You don't want to break any of these wires on here when you're taking it out. Alright, so let's get the new battery and let's lay it in there and then wrap this job up. Replacement in. And we're just going to partially put it in there. And then we'll reconnect. We'll reconnect the negative before we push it all the way back in. Push down all the way, and then tighten up your negative cable. This is tight, then we can slide the battery back into its position. And we're going to put this coupler back in here where we previously took out. Just push it back in and lock it in place. Before I reconnect the positive cable, we're going to put that hold down back in there. Attach the bolts to hold the put these bolts back on in here. Same thing here. Don't drop them because you're never going to find them. And then we'll tighten them down. Slide them down. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to reconnect our positive cable back on. And we'll tighten that down. Make sure you don't touch anything with this. You don't want to short it out. Alright, cable's reattached. Next thing we're going to do is plug in these pieces that we previously unplugged. Back where they belong. And then last, we're going to put our air cleaner box back in here. And don't forget, we're going to get this piece back inside in the back right there. And then these just push right down into these rubber grommets. See it? This we can just lift up like that for now. And we can just lay this back in there. it back on. We'll tighten that up in just a minute. We're just going to put it back in here and push it down, and you'll feel it lock back in. And don't forget to reattach. I'm going to show you this in a second. Don't forget to reattach this little tab here. It's got to go around there. This goes over the top, and then this goes over that, like that, right? We pushed it down now, and we locked it back in place down in there. We locked it in, and these tabs down here are pushed back in. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to tighten up this clamp right here, and we'll reattach this sensor that we previously disconnected, and we'll get this rocked up and out the door. Push it back in, you'll hear it snap in place, and you know you're locked in. You're going to tighten up that clamp down in there. Tight. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to reinstall our air filter. Goes back in. You got to make sure your filter is pushed in all the way into that groove right there so that you can get the top back on. Top back on now. Line up the screws that we previously removed. We'll tighten them up. Alright, now you have them all caught, you can tighten it down all the way. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.